Hey guys, welcome to Hey Guys, an internet obsessed podcast where we discuss all your favorite social media stars, what they're doing, and how we feel about it. I am your host, Amanda Hasika, a content producer for Instant, which basically just means I keep my finger on the pulse of the internet at all times. And if you don't know what Instant is, it's a new media outlet and video platform dedicated entirely to covering digital creators. Today I'm joined by fellow Instant producer Laurel Elfenbein, and we have a very, very special guest today, Mark Dohner.
Yeah.
Did I say? I feel like
you got
the
it
H
right.
like throws me off. I'm like Mark Dohner.
Yeah, everybody always says Dohner.
Dohner.
But you got it right.
Yay. Okay. I have a really confusing last name, so like I get it.
What's your last name?
It's Hasika, but it's
Hasika.
Hasaka. So everyone thinks it's Hasaka.
Yeah.
So everyone thinks I'm Japanese.
My last name is Elfenbein, so
yeah.
I think I win.
We got an array of good names here, though.
So you're known for a lot of your popular vlogs.
Mm-hmm.
Is this your first podcast? Are you into podcasts or what's
This is my first podcast since college.
Ooh, since college? Okay.
I did a radio show in college. That was my thing. I went to college for broadcast journalism, and one of the things that we did was radio sports talk.
Yeah.
But this is different. I don't ever talk about myself, so this is new.
I was going to say, we will not be talking about sports.
Yeah.
Although I think March Madness kind of kicked off today, right?
It's about to start, yeah.
Did you do a bracket? Or are you
I haven't made one yet. I'm going to for sure.
I think the last time we did a bracket was like an office bracket, and I picked it was when President Obama was still in office, and he like released his.
Yeah.
He's like, these are my picks, so I was like, I'm just gonna follow his. I completely lost, but.
That's the one.
Come on, Obama.
If anyone's not into sports, we are doing our own stupidest cutest. We have like a franchise with just like all animals. It's all animals all the time, and we picked like the 8 best performing animals like that everyone loves so much, and
they're going head to head.
Yeah,
and there will only be one winner.
This is very interesting.
Yeah.
So make sure you cast your vote.
Sports isn't your thing. We've got pets.
Cute little animals. So I feel like the first thing I want to talk to you about is.
Okay, someone's dropping stuff outside.
Someone's dropping stuff outside. Sorry about that, guys. I feel like the first thing I want to talk to you about is there was a vlog of Logan and Paul's recently. Mm-hmm. So Logan Paul's your roommate, and Logan Paul is a vlogger, and he threw that fireball at your face. Oh, shit. That was so mean. It actually hit you, right?
Oh, absolutely.
That's so. Sorry, my mouth to the mic, but that was so like. Tell me about like.
Listen, I thought this was behind us, but obviously you're bringing up a sore subject here. No, it was. So here's the thing about that. I'm gonna talk about it. It was staged to an extent. So he was like, "Hey, can I shoot you with this?" I said, "Yeah, of course." So I acted like I was on my phone. I wasn't doing anything. I didn't think he would shoot me in the face, right? Like
but
I thought he would.
He told you it was fire.
Yeah,
Okay.
I knew what it was. I've seen him shoot it before, but like, why would you shoot me in the face? So he actually shot me in the face, and like it was just like a shocking thing. Like, oh, whatever. I reacted to it, and then obviously I played it up for the vlog, like to make it seem like it was the most dramatic thing ever. But it actually did burn me, and I had a burn on under my eyebrow for like a solid 4 or 5 days.
Oh my gosh, that was wild.
Yeah.
But so you guys you do tons of fun stuff in your vlog. How do you kind of come up with your concepts for your vlogs?
It's really hard, and I give Logan a lot of credit because he daily vlogs. I do 5 a week. And I'm
That's
like,
enough as it is.
I'm struggling to think of ideas too, but I mean, a lot of the times people just they want to see what you're doing, so it's not like coming up with something. But we do like to make it entertaining to an extent. Like obviously, like what we like to say about the vlogs, it's cool. Like it forces you to do something. So it's like if you don't have anything to do today, oh well, you have to vlog. So like, go do something. Go on a hike. Go up to Runyon. Go see the sunset. Do a challenge. Like I think it pushes you creatively. Definitely doing it daily. And the cool thing about it is it forces you to go do something.
Yeah.
Well, I've noticed a lot of times, like, you have a really smart way of, if you have nothing super big going on, you'll play, like, a game in your apartment. And that's hilarious. Like, it's so funny to watch. But it must leave you going to, like, the same stores in town, like, in Hollywood all the time. So do people, like, follow you around? Like, do you ever see people when you're out and about buying your props?
Yeah, I mean, we live in a very busy area in Hollywood, so a lot of people know where we live. So there's always fans outside, which is really great. It's cool to take pictures with them and interact with them and get to know them. But it's funny because my brother called me today, and I put a Rubik's Cube in my vlog a few days ago.
I saw that.
And his niece and nephew were playing it, or his wife's niece and nephew were playing with a Rubik's Cube, and he's like, "Yo, why did you guys just get those?" And he's like, yeah, we just got them. And he's like, did you get them because they're in Mark's vlog? And they're like, yeah. So, like, that's the only, like, experience I've had where someone's bought a prop, and it literally happened today.
That's so funny. Yeah, so you guys live in the 1600 building on Vine, 1600 Vine, which is
go mob him.
Yeah,
which
everybody
is
already
funny.
knows.
I feel like I'm not the one breaking that news.
No, everybody knows, yeah.
But it's funny. So there's like a theater. I've gone to those rooftop like movie screenings. Have you ever seen that?
Yeah.
I've like remember once kind of like looking over and just like seeing people like, oh, that's kind of cool. And then I'll go back and like watch your vlogs, and it's like,
That's
oh,
my
there
apartment.
it is.
Yeah.
It's like the other side. So
Yeah.
it's kind of funny. What's it really like to kind of live among all these creators and stuff? Is it fun?
It's really inspiring and motivating because everyone's always creating, and it's not like it's competitive. It's just like, okay, you see your friend, he's out making a video, like, man, I want to make a video, you know, like, and it's cool because we're all creating. We cross promote. Like, I'm in Logan's vlogs, Logan's in my vlogs, my friend George, Johannes, like, we're all creating, and it really forces you to be creative. It pushes you to work hard, and that's the best part about it. Like, I like to say when I go home, it's a very different vibe when I go home to Ohio. It's like more laid back, relaxed, but like all of us, if I'm not creating something, Logan is, so we're helping each other, like we're creating for him. And it's like you're always on the go, always doing something, and yeah, it's really motivational.
I was gonna say that's nice that it's not like super competitive, where it's more collaborative.
Well, I was gonna ask, like, is there ever a moment when it gets competitive? Because I feel like my roommates, we're all in the same industry too, and sometimes, I mean, it's not like you intend to be competitive with people, but sometimes in your mind you're like, oh, like, I see what you're doing, like, what can I do?
There is competitiveness to it. I think that's what motivation kind of is.
Yeah.
Like, I want to beat that person, or I want to have what that person has. There's like always that type of motivation, but I call it motivation, not competitiveness.
Yeah. Well, so speaking of you, I mean, I guess not speaking of, but you recently just had 1 million followers on Instagram. Woohoo, congrats.
Thank you.
So what kind of, like when you first started your Instagram, I mean, obviously I feel like you probably started it as like a private person, but like, how did you kind of help take your Instagram to like the next level?
Yeah, I think, well, in college, I wanted to do broadcast journalism, and I was always told by my teachers and stuff, like, whatever, keep your Instagrams private, be careful what you guys are posting because people are watching. And it was very, like, weird to get into the social media realm. Like, I started off making videos with Logan. I didn't do social media. And then he started to get a movie job, so I was like, oh, okay, I have a lot of free time. I'm doing his videos. I'm learning how to do it. I'm going to try to do this on my own as well because at the end of the day, I wanted to be in front of the camera just in a different light. Like, I wanted to be a broadcaster, like what we're doing now, but in front of on ESPN, you know what I mean? Right. So I always wanted to be in front of the camera, and yeah, I started making the comedy skits, started to pick up a little bit, and then one took off, and then from there I was like, okay, so this took off, let's make another one, and then that one did well, and it's just like repetitively making quality content so people when they come to your page they see, oh, he's like not just making one-off videos, like he's consistently putting out good content. That's when you gain the following, when you're putting out the quality. But I think you definitely grow a lot more from videos because it's relatability and it's comedy, it's funny, people get a laugh, and then they want to come back to your page. It's more so harder to grow from photos, but I'm trying to get a little bit more creative with the photos and really take that to the next level as well.
I know it's funny that you mentioned that about the like professor saying like, oh, like you need to watch what you put on social media, and like I agree. It's funny because I agree to that to a certain extent, but it's funny because like when you are trying to become this creator or whatever, that's sort of what you have to do. You're like, I need to put like this kind of like funny stuff, or I need to sort of like push boundaries or whatever. Where I mean, obviously, I feel like if you want to get into politics or if you want to, you know, then maybe you need to think about what you're putting on your social media channels
absolutely.
and be a little more cognizant of that. But if you're, you know, trying to be a social media creator, it's like have fun with it.
Every job interview I've been on lately, they've been like, "Oh, you don't have a Twitter? Wow." Like it's totally different.
You definitely have to watch what you say because you could make some people mad, you know?
Totally.
Because everything's opinionated. So, I mean, I never discuss politics on there, religion, or stuff that has conflicting viewpoints and interests because, you know, that's what my dad always said, never talk politics or religion. You'll always get in an argument.
Keep it light. So do you ever feel, this might be like a weird question, but do you ever feel like lame vlogging? Because I feel like I would get so self-conscious of like people seeing me like talk to myself or anything like that. So do you ever like, oh my god, I feel like so weird right now?
No, when I first started it, absolutely. Like I would be holding the camera up and you look like an idiot. And like when you're walking past people, everyone always turns and looks. And at first when I started vlogging, I would never vlog in public. It was like, because I was just like, this is kind of weird, right? But when it becomes like, here's how I look at it. Hundreds of thousands of people are watching what I'm doing.
No.
Do I really care about the 10 people that are going to give me a look? Like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, there's hundreds of thousands of people out there that...
Keeping it in perspective.
Yeah, that, like... I'm not here to like, be judged by these 10 people. I have a lot of people wanting to know what I'm doing.
Yeah. And it's probably one of those things, like, the more you do it, like, the less you think about it. Like,
and it's much easier with friends. Like...
Right.
When you're with a group of creators, like you can all look like idiots versus like
when you're walking down the street by yourself.
But definitely when you go home to like Ohio, for example, you get way more looks. Like Hollywood's already crazy, so they're just like, this guy's just talking to himself.
I think it's funny when you see a vlogger walk into a store and you don't think about it, but you're like, you're not really allowed to do that. Like, so you just kind of walk in and hope no one kicks you out.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, we get kicked out, but like. I don't know. It's kind of only an LA thing. Like if I do it in like I said, in Ohio or somewhere else, no one really cares that you're filming.
Yeah.
It's just like in LA, you can't film.
Makes a lot of sense.
What would you say is some of your advice for people who are trying to be content creators and someone who wants to? Because it's such a saturated field nowadays where everybody's trying to do it. So what advice would you give to somebody who is trying to kind of get to your level? I'd
say work hard, differentiate yourself. Quality and quantity, because you could put out quality, which was my biggest thing when I didn't want to start vlogging, because I was like all the projects I'd ever done were like professional, like Ariana Grande, stuff like that. It was like professional projects, and it was very hard for me to like have a shaky shot in a vlog or something. But like
no,
and I think but I really wanted to do quality, which is why I did 3 a week, and now I'm doing 5 a week, but I'm just pushing myself. But I think the most important thing is definitely to put out consistently. That's especially with YouTube. Like, YouTube is the most important thing to do consistently. You can't post once a month and expect to grow a following. And differentiating yourself. Like, try to think of something like, okay, no one else is doing this. This is what makes me unique, which is what I try to do with, like, the cinematic stuff. I don't have much time for it every day to do it, but I think that's something that makes me unique, you know, like not everybody does that in their vlogs. So yeah.
I was gonna say, like, the intros to your vlog, the Good Day donation, it's like very simple, but okay, for some reason it just really strikes me. Day and donation like kind of have that alliteration, and it just sounds good, and it's such like a simple thing you might not have even thought about, but it just makes it that much catchier. So where did like the whole idea of that and the donation come from?
So the Good Day actually came from, I was thinking about it, like everybody says good morning, and like I was thinking about like what if you're not watching this in the morning, what if you're watching this at night? So I would always say good day, because the day is the whole day. It's not like everything. It covers everything. I don't say good morning, and then no one else was saying good day. Everybody's saying good morning. So that's why I did the Good Day. And then I was thinking of a fan name, and the donation was a fan suggestion. I was like, yo guys, type your fan suggestions down below, and I'll take some of them. And I really like donation. I thought it was mature. There was some other ones like donuts, and I just and I just thought it was like, I mean, I wanted something a little more mature. So the Good Day donation. I just started adding the donation. I used to just say good day, but the fans, when they would send in the videos, I put videos of my fans saying good day at the beginning of my vlogs, and they would say good day donation. So now that started making me say good day donation. So
do you get a ton of submissions? Like
so
every day?
many.
That must be so hard to like sift through them.
Yeah, there's thousands of emails.
Oh my gosh.
And it's really fun to go through them and see people. I like to pick ones that are like high energy and like funny, unique, or like
tips for anyone listening. If you want to get picked for a Good Day donation, be high energy.
I tend to stay away from like just the good day.
Good day. Oh, there was a singing one recently.
I like singing ones a lot. I like creative, creativity.
Like, not gimmicky, but something that's like out of the ordinary.
Exactly, like it makes you stand out.
All right, Laurel, start brainstorming now.
And I go through I do 3 every vlog. I probably go through 15 to 20 to find 3.
Oh my gosh, wow.
Cool. So I'm gonna submit 15 to 20, and then one of them will
work.
So something I kind of want to talk to you about. I don't know if you know a ton about this, but so I feel like didn't Logan recently he did a collab with the Catch Me Outside girl?
Catch me outside. How about that?
Was that weird? Like, were you there for that?
Yeah, I was there.
What was that like? Just tell me everything, because I find her to be such a fascinating creature.
Mm-hmm. We all do.
We all do.
I mean, she's definitely interesting.
I feel like you could sense Logan being like, this girl's crazy.
Yeah, but Logan's crazy too. Like we're all
true,
yeah,
very true.
We're all crazy, just to a different extent. It's just like, I mean, she's been put in a situation where she gotten famous overnight. You know, like.
And she's so young. She's
so young, yeah. And how would you react to that? I don't know.
Totally.
You know, I haven't gotten like her level. Like she's like was at the time. I don't know if she is now, but the most probably famous person in the world. Like, isn't that crazy? Like
I feel
everybody.
For a hot minute.
I feel like it's sort of died down a little bit.
Well, she's getting like a spin-off, like her own reality show, I hear. So yeah.
I mean, she's definitely entertaining for sure.
Yeah. What was your first reaction to her? Like first thoughts when?
How did it? Was it like Logan's idea or was it her idea?
It was. I think either her team reached out to Logan or Logan reached out to their team, one or the other. But I mean, she's got a lot of balls. I'll say that. Like
totally.
I'm 23. She's 13. Obviously, like I gotta watch what I say. But like, whew.
Yeah. She'll just say what she wants.
Yeah, exactly. And no one can do anything about it because she's 13. I don't want to talk about this subject too much.
Yeah, no. I just was curious. I just wanted to like touch on it for like a hot second.
Definitely. I mean, for entertainment, she's great. But like, if she was saying the things she was saying to me, and it wasn't for entertainment, I'd be like, you need to put yourself in check. Yeah.
Well, we can move on because I just was so curious.
I don't want to say something I regret.
No. So we talked about this a little bit earlier, but you said you would love to work with Casey Neistat.
Mm-hmm.
So you said that he was, pretty inspirational to you. What about him kind of just sticks out to you as being inspirational, or why do you kind of look up to him?
His work ethic. That's the number one thing, because this guy hustles so hard. Like, he was putting out a vlog every single day for 2 years, and they were good. It was like, it takes time to edit his vlogs. Like, a lot of vlogs, daily vlogs are slapped together quick, but his was like structured. He had all of his like cinematic stuff, and just like, he's a very good storyteller, very motivational. He has a lot of like unique things to say. Like, he's been through life. Like, I don't know how old he's, like 30, in his 30s. Like, he's lived my life and then another life, and like the stories that he has to tell. Like, he had a kid when he was like 20 years old. Like, I can't imagine all the stuff he went through, and to still become the level that he did at like 35 in a area of creators that are like in their 20s. Like, I feel old because like everybody, like, Catch Me Outside, she's 13. I'm 10 years older than her. Like, Logan's 21. I'm 23. I've graduated college. Like, for Casey to do what he's done is just incredible, and he's so inspirational.
Yeah, and it's such like an ever-changing world. Like, the digital world is changing so much and so constantly that I feel like he has been able to take stuff that he's just been able to like you said, like taking daily vlogging and just sort of making it his own. I feel, didn't he step away for a little bit? I mean, I don't blame him.
Yeah, he's just doing videos now. He's doing videos, but they're very good.
Yeah, but he definitely like sort of kind of shaped the landscape of what vlogging can be and sort of what it is today. So I totally understand that. That's cool.
He definitely changed the way people vlog.
For sure.
He stepped up the quality. Like I mentioned before, like, quality is important. Like,
well, I just say, like, and both you and Logan, like, your vlogs are just so, like, they're very entertaining.
Thank you.
I love the just like the little snippets you add here and there.
I
it's
love
so fun.
the introductions you have for each person. Like, I was actually kind of afraid when you'd walk in today, I'd be like, oh, hi, Mark.
Oh, hi, Mark.
Hey,
it's
Mark.
like sticks. It's like all my comments are now, oh, hi, Mark.
And it's an easy thing to throw in once you have it, but it's hilarious every time.
Have you guys seen that movie?
No.
I haven't, but I've heard.
It's so bad.
It's
I watched a few clips, and it's one of the worst movies ever.
So the if you don't know what we're talking about, so Logan, whenever Mark kind of comes into the room, they show a clip from this movie called The Room, and the guy goes, "Oh, hi, Mark."
Yeah.
Oh, hi, Mark.
Oh, hi, Mark.
And so The Room is basically like centers on it's pegged as like one of the worst movies that has ever been made.
Maybe the worst. Yeah.
The actors, like just the acting and the dialogue, everything about it is terrible.
PewDiePie made a video about it. If you guys want to watch it, like the lead actor is the director, the writer. He did everything.
Yeah,
the producer.
and he self financed it. Like, he
Yeah.
paid for everything.
I mean, I respect it.
Which is probably why
Yeah.
it's so bad, because, like, there was no, like, movie
no one
studio
to tell
being
him,
like,
hey,
this
don't
is
do
awful.
That. Yeah.
But actually, I was reading something about this. This is, like, a little off subject, but James Franco is actually, like, making a movie about the movie, so I can't wait for that. I think
Yeah,
it's gonna be amazing.
Yeah, we'll see. Oh, hi, Mark.
Oh, hi, Mark. So we have a little thing that I like to call first and most. So we talk about your first video ever and then your most viewed video ever. And just kind of like how you kind of got from point A to point B. So your first video ever is this video from what is referred to as hashtag MILFest 2014.
Oh, man. Oh, on YouTube. Okay.
Yeah, and it's just kind of like, looks like a big old party.
Yeah.
It looks like a lot of fun. Just kind of like very montage-y. People partying, dancing.
Yep.
I'm assuming that this was taken when you were in college.
In college.
So do you want to, what kind of
There's
prompted
Logan.
you- Oh, I literally just paused on Logan. What kind of inspired you or prompted you to make this video?
So I always wanted to create, and I think in those videos I was a sophomore, and I wasn't allowed on TV for the broadcasty journalism stuff because it was like a work your way up type thing. So I was like, how can I do something on my own to get out there, whatever. So I saw one of my biggest inspirations is actually Devin Supertramp. He made a lot of lifestyle cool videos, like very innovative, very high quality, steady cam shots and everything. He was my biggest inspiration, and I wanted to do something along those lines, but I was like, what can I do? I can't do that. I don't have a budget. Like, I'm a poor college kid. Like, I have a camera. So I was like, all right, let's make
Camera and a dream.
Yeah, exactly. I have these parties. My school was the #1 party school in the nation at the time, and I was like,
Where did you go to college?
Ohio University.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and so everybody was partying. I was like, yo, I'm just going to make a video of everyone partying in the style of Devin Supertramp, but obviously it's like his
Your
stuff is like
version
G-rated, and this was a little more, risque, but...
So what is MILFest? Is it just like...
So it's a street, and the whole street, everybody that lives on the street parties.
Okay.
Like, it's a Saturday, it's called Fest season, there's a Saturday of MILFest, and then the next Saturday is High Fest, the whole street of High. And then Palmer Fest,
okay.
like each week we would have a street shut down to party.
Wow.
And I would film those.
Yeah, I went to Chico State, which is like in Northern California, and that's a pretty big party school as well.
It's always the small schools.
It's always the small schools, and where Chico, like the downtown area, was kind of like a grid, and the streets spelled out Chico, so it was like cherry, hazel, ivy.
Okay.
Something orange, I can't remember, but it spells out Chico, so that's funny. Like, it kind of reminds me of that. And
college.
I have to say, I'm glad that no one was around to film.
Oh, absolutely.
God that this is like on the internet.
And I couldn't film that today, obviously.
Yeah.
But like,
well, you're behind the camera for most of it. So
for most, yeah.
You're just.
But that's actually how I met Logan. So we were like the only two people on campus creating videos on the internet. He was just starting, or he was. I don't know how many he had on Vine at the time. Maybe a million.
Yeah.
It's
crazy that this was only 3 years ago. You know,
so
like that you guys were the only
Wow.
people on a college campus to be kind of going forth with that. But I guess when you're in college, you have a lot of other things going on, and so to kind of tackle on, I'm gonna like do vlogs or I'm gonna create videos. That seems to be probably a lot.
And
for
it's a unique niche right now that's not really filled. I would love to see a vlogger go to college.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's a
would be
big
interesting.
niche. Like, that no one really taps into. I mean, you don't really have time because you're doing school, but like even those videos, I was sleepless nights like trying to get those videos out before the next one. Like, I tried to get it out the Wednesday before, and it was I texted all my friends, hey, can you retweet this, please? Like, I really want to make this go viral.
Yeah.
Like,
Wow.
Yeah.
And
Well, I
that's
mean,
just,
it's such a cool video, and for being so amateur at the time, like it looks really cool.
And I'm still amateur. I'm still learning. If I knew it all, I'd have the most followers in the world, but I don't. I still don't get it.
Yeah.
Work in progress.
And then, so that was from 3 years ago, your first video ever.
Mhm.
That was kind of where your journey began. And your most viewed video is pretty recent. It's from February 27th, so like within the last couple months. So
yeah, which goes along with the fact that I don't understand what the heck goes on the internet, because this video is it was actually I was like, I don't have anything to do today. It was one of the things where I was like, okay, I need to make a vlog, but I don't have anything to do. I was like, hey, Logan, do you have any ideas of anything I could do today? And he's like, oh, let me check my notes. And he has like, because he daily vlogs, so he has a lot of like just ideas for like days he doesn't have anything to do. And he's like, oh, here's a challenge. It's like, what's in the box challenge. You can do that. I was like, oh, thanks. So I did that with my friends, and then somehow it got 3.3 million views.
It's always the stuff that you like don't think
Oh,
about,
don't expect
that
at all.
you're just like, okay, we're just gonna like slap this together, and then
And it's so like
Yeah.
it's not that it's frustrating, like it's great. I love the fact that it did the best, but like I've put so much time and effort into other videos where it's
we
like
experienced that too.
we feel the same
yeah,
way.
and it's just like that one I was like, Jesus,
Yeah.
like I didn't even have an idea today, and this is the most viewed video I have.
It's always
I mean,
like
keep on
lightning
your
in
toes.
the bottle stuff that's hard to,
Mhm.
and that's why like I think content creation and the YouTube and the internet in general is such a fascinating place because you just never know. Like you said,
Never
you
know.
could put in so much time and so much effort into something, and like 5 people will watch it, or you're just like, I don't know, I'm just gonna do this, and it could blow up.
Oh, absolutely. YouTube is one of the most confusing platforms, and I don't think, I mean, I haven't figured it out yet.
Mm-hmm.
Like, when I make an Instagram video, I know if it's going to do good.
Yeah,
Mhm.
Like, when I make a YouTube video, I don't know if it's going to do good.
you're like, oh,
Like,
hopefully
what
this
makes a
works.
YouTube video good? I don't know.
That's funny. So, you mentioned that there's one of your favorite vlogs is a vlog where you kind of you gave burritos away to homeless people
Mhm.
and stuff like that. So, how I know we discussed it a little bit earlier, but do you kind of just want to walk us through that, like kind of how you came up with the idea and like what was so great about it?
So, it wasn't my idea. It was actually my friend's. He said, hey, I have a buddy. He won Best College DJ of the Year. They gave him a year's worth of free Chipotle. He's got, it's the end of the year. He has like 80 cards left of free burritos, and obviously he's not going to eat 80 burritos in 20 days, whatever. And he even told me, he's like, yeah, you kind of get sick of it.
Yeah.
He would just give them out to his friends, and he's like, I want to do something and give back. Can we make it and make a video so people can see, you know, like people are out there doing good things? And I said, yeah, absolutely, I would love to. So we made it an even 100 burritos. We bought the rest of the burritos, and then just went downtown Los Angeles and handed them out, you know, and it was really cool. And it's sad. It's very sad to see like 100 burritos. Like we gave away all 100 burritos. Like think about that. Like there's 100 people downtown Los Angeles that don't have a shelter, and they're just living in tents. And there were kids. It was very sad. And the reason I wanted to make it a video, I know like homeless videos get a lot of hate. It's just like people say like this is for the views. This is for you to make money. It wasn't about that at all. It was more so about like we have this platform where we can do good. And we could show people that we're doing good. And it inspires people to do good. Just like I got inspired by Casey doing things, you know, like working hard. Like as long as one person out there was like, okay, I see that he just did something good. Next time I see someone homeless, I'm going to give them $1, or I'm going to give them a couple dollars. I'm going to give them food. You know, and you could change lives. And that's why it's my favorite video. And I want to be able to do more videos like that and draw awareness to things that not everybody gets to see every day, because no one sees that every day. Like Los Angeles, they see this beautiful place, they see beaches, they see Venice, you know, like Santa Monica Pier. It's like, oh, LA's this dream world of Hollywood, but like there's a lot of people that are very unfortunate out here. And
it's funny that can be such a small chain reaction kind of thing. Like you said, like if one person sees it and decides, you know what, I think the next time, or I'm going to do this good deed or something like that. It's I mean, even if just like one person can
you just need
pick
to
something
have
up from
that mentality. Like nothing I do is too small, and you never know who could be seeing it and what they may do afterwards. So I think it's about you had the right attitude and just keeping, you know, just going forward with it.
Okay, well, let's end on that positive note. Thank you so much for joining us today.
Thanks for having me.
Make sure to subscribe to Hey Guys on iTunes and rate and review us. It would really help. We would
5 stars, baby. Let's go.
Thank you. Yeah, come on, donation. You got to help us out here.
And if you haven't already, follow Mark on Instagram, YouTube, all of the things.
You can be the 1 millionth and like something.
Yeah, let's do it. Let's keep this donation growing.
Thanks again, and make sure to follow us on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram. We're at instant.me. Instant.me. Thanks, guys. We'll see you next time.